Hello, I'm going to teach you about how we connect the electronic components. And one way we connect them is with wires. Now, I have three main types of wires that we'll be using, and they have different ends. Some ends are for connecting, they have a little piece of metal sticking out, and that's for sticking into things like breadboards, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. And there is another end which is for sticking things into. Like if there's a pin with electricity, you can stick it into it. You can also connect these together like so. So there's one wire that has one of each type. There's another wire that has just two pins sticking out. And then the third wire has just two open ends for sticking things into. Now, there are other wires, like alligator clips. These are good because they open and snap on when you're testing something or you want to hold on to it and there's kind of a loose connection. It's easy to hold on to the electronic components like that. And the last thing I should say about wires is all of these wires that I showed you before have a specific length. If you want to cut a wire to a specific length, we have wire on a spool. So let's say I want a short wire. We can cut it at this length, and then we can just take the end off. And this particular type is stranded. It's not solid all the way in the middle. And there's another type right here that's called solid core, that if we look at the end of this, hopefully you're able to see this on the video. Now you can see how that's solid in the middle, where this one's stranded. They each have their benefits. I like using the solid core when you're connecting to a breadboard because it sticks in nice and easy, and the stranded is kind of a pain to get in there. But one of the benefits of the stranded is you'll see this in a lot of wiring because if this breaks, there's a whole bunch of other wires in there to connect it. Where if this breaks, there's just one, and then it will break the whole component because it's not making its connection. Now lastly, the thing we're going to use is these are kind of like wires, but this is a breadboard, and we're going to stick our wires into this. And it's important to see what's underneath this. Now, you shouldn't do this to the other breadboards because they'll break if we keep doing this, but I did it for this one. Underneath, it's this metal bar that if we can take one out, it just holds that wire in place. There we go. It just holds the wire in place there. So what's important about that is if I stick a wire in there, it's going to run electricity. Since these all conduct electricity, it's going to run horizontally. So all of those in that row 6 will all have whatever electricity is coming in on this purple wire if it was hooked up. Now the ends, if we pull off the end here, the ends are just one giant long metal strip. So that giant metal strip allows us to, whenever we connect a wire there, all the way down we'll have whatever that is, whether it's electricity, if it's a ground, whatever it is, it will connect all of those together.